around the corner now of the church. Is that where the red sign is? Is exactly where the church will be.
Oh,
the
yes.
roof up
Yes.
looks terrific.
Yes. Well, I think that is... Oh,
Really?
isn't that wonderful? Yes, that's going to be
It'll be
great.
terrific.
A chapel, which is a place of prayer, is also an environment for the spirit. And so we've engaged a major artist, Louise Nevelson, to create that environment. The Chapel of the Good Shepherd, in a very real way, is going to be her permanent gift to our great city. And you want to say anything?
Well, you know, when I get older, I'm going to use chairs. I'm much too young for that. Well, what I was going to say is that I'm not really quite prepared. I thought you were taking care of this conference.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'll try to help you out a little.
Well,
Now, this really is a very unique time. Number one, I'm going to start with the building. That it overwhelms me. I don't think anywhere in the world. Darling, take these out here. Now, let's stand them against here so I don't forget. I want that out. Sweetie, yeah, see, I want it. You can even bend it a little. You bend it a half an inch up there, a little bit. I was born in 1899 in Kiev, Russia. It's coming, though. I see it's coming. My maiden name was Louise Berliowski. My married name was Louise Nevelson, and still is. Let's take this. I want to see something. Let's just put this just the way you have. That's it. Okay, I'm trying to save that, and it gets lost in the other place. Hold that. Wait, let me see. I'm going to let you do that. Yeah. You see, what happened is my father came to this country almost 2 years before we came. Now it may be a little different, but at that time, no matter who you were, if you didn't speak the English language, you were a greenhorn. Here in New York, they call it a kite. Down there, they called it a greenhorn. It was a handicap. And of course, I'd made up my mind there and then that I would not be handicapped. And of course, I don't think I am. The only reality that I recognize is my reality. You see, it's through the work. You see, some people that are writing books on art, they say, but look at the ecstasy. Or they'll say, well, what the hell should you do it for? They'll have different answers. I'm not writing what they're writing. I'm talking about what happened to me to come through to this. You had to get married. And I married a 12th Street man from New York. I made very clear that I was going to pursue my life. He agreed on that because, listen, darling, before you're married, they agree to a lot of things, you know. No, I don't want to talk about him. What do I have to talk about him for? I wouldn't have even kept the name. Only thing is that I felt that since I had a son, that I didn't want to divorce myself from my son. You see, I had a big search, and you can't do that and serve somebody else, too. I couldn't, anyway. I know when I went to Munich to study with Hans Hofmann, and I left my son with my family in Maine. Well, can you imagine the loneliness of people? Now, who wants to reveal these things and the guilt about it? Just because you're a mother doesn't always say you're a mother, and just because you're a wife doesn't always say you're a wife. Look, darling, I can't afford to look back. That goes for houses and furniture, and I don't know what not. You see. Well, because I destroyed so much. If I had looked back, I would have been destroyed myself. The city of Paris is beautiful. California, Berkeley is beautiful. But for me, they're period pieces. I'm not going to live in a city for that. I am more inspired with the crap that I see out of my window, so help me God. And listen, dear, I want these two. Yeah. Okay. One. Now we'll take this out. I don't think I'm going to cut it. I think I'll use it as it is. Now, I think that's enough there, so let's keep right on going. Please, dear, give me this back. Yeah. Up here. This way. Just so, yeah. And I'll tell you why. Okay, that's fine. Look. Because this is weak, I want you to start kneeling right here. This is going to be nice because I'm going to put one of those. I was searching, and I began to see forms and possibilities in the ready-made object. Most of the pieces of wood came from the street. They left marvelous things, and of course, I take them home. Let's see this. The only thing is, we've got to take this off, Carlos. Oh, you can take this off. Maybe we only use one. I think I like it better. All right, listen. We're going to paint this. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think I saw the object first, really. No, I'm not in love with wood as such. You know, let other artists be in love with that. No. The forms were important. If I loved wood so much, I wouldn't paint it black. I'd leave it. Good. Now, wait down here. Let's just see if there's a straight. Wait a minute. Let's just see 1 minute if it's up. Yeah, it's straight. Oh, did I have to move that? We've got this here. I'm going to let it go. Okay. Now, you hold. All right, you can hold. I'm going to let you hold it down there. And wait 1 more minute for me. I want it a little bit even. Okay, you hold it. I hold it here. And Carlos will hold it. Yeah, go right ahead. You know where I got this? Across the street, there was a school. And this is old wood. They had what you call the banister. Oh, see, that's how it's so heavy. Nice piece, yes. It was on 6th Avenue between 8th Street and down. All the artists went there. For coffee was 5 cents. So I was sitting with these men, and they were talking about art and being very fancy and all things. So one of them said, and I said, oh, well, I've got balls. And they shut up. So I had confidence. If they didn't want me, they didn't want me. I still was going on. Didn't stop me from working. If you ever saw me really in my heyday, say I put a wall up, and if there's one line that didn't please me, take it right down, put it up again. Killed me, I'd do it. I know where it is. Wait a minute. Well, let's try this. See, I think that's a little heavy, but I'll use this for the other side. It wasn't that I planned it as a blueprint, but the energy forced it, you know, to build itself, like growing. And I think all of this was a kind of psychic labor pains. Like you have labor pains if you're going to give birth to a child. These are psychic labor pains. And I don't think that it can be avoided. See, I never had a breakdown. People have breakdowns. I couldn't afford it. But I used to dream if I could only lay in bed for a day. It seemed, oh. There was these periods that there was no terra firma. And I got within a state of depression, I suppose. In a way, it probably pushed me back into myself, made me stronger and more confident in myself. So that is the state of mind that one goes through. Say my conditions became a little different. This happened. So I got out of it slowly. And somehow I got into another state of mind. As you notice, there isn't that great difference. Just put it right against there. See? Yeah, but wait, let me see how high up I want. I think so. I could get it even a little. I'd get it even a little higher, dear. I'd have it even a little bit higher. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Now look. How about 1 inch down? Maybe a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. So will you have an idea now? Are you? Listen, dear. Wait a minute. I would make it an inch lower. See, Bobby, I'd make it an inch lower. Okay, an inch lower. Okay. Now let's see what our next move is. Let's see. Do you want to hold it up? Pat? No further, no further. Now, all right, let's see. I'm going to let you do it. Listen. See that one? Well, can you, both of you, I think we can do that. Against here. Let's see. Let's see what would happen if you get it that way somehow. Against that. You know, dear, I'm sorry, but that could be another inch. Just there, but another inch. Is that going to be awful hard to do? No, I'm do that. You want to hold it like that? Well, just hold it like that. No. Lay it down. Now, we have got to find something. That is what? Let's put it a little higher and see what would happen. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what. Now, Bobby, I'm going to let you do this, but that means I'm going to have to break it a little. So put yours in first, and that one is a little higher. Do you get the message? What do we do with this? Let's see. You know, I'm a little lost for this reason. It looked so right before. That's the way it was. I think that's the way it has to be. Wait a minute. I think that's the way it will be. Sure, I'm ambitious, but that isn't the way I put it. I feel that if you have energy, if you have great desires, you create energy yourself. You see, because if you don't have those, well, you can have a nice life.
What I want to do is look over the pieces and think about what goes into the show at the Newberger Museum. Okay. Look through it.
Yeah.
See, when you were here last time, you saw a lot of these pieces as elements.
I saw most of it on the ground.
Yeah.
As elements.
See, like even the new pieces that you've seen in there, there's no guarantee that those pieces are going to stay the way. Yeah. That they may be grouped as 3 or 4 pieces, interacted with other elements.
When we do that, they are what you call spotted now.
Yeah.
Now I may take away an element when I put them together. That's right.
That one isn't complete.
Not quite.
But it's terrific, tough and beautiful. Also, many of these pieces have very flat collage laid on the surface, which is new in the work.
Mm-hmm.
Those flat cutouts.
Oh yeah.
It just further describes the shapes.
How do you arrive at those ingredients, Louis, simultaneously with the large surface?
Darling, how do you eat a pear?
Okay, so you see no problem with accent and no problem with scale?
Not at all. I mean, this is one that I would like to check out. Black and white?
No,
black.
They're all black.
All
They're all black.
And they, basically they're flags
Yes.
or trees.
Okay, free.
You see, really,
They're tall.
you really have to. That's my vocabulary. I've already gone through this period, that period, but at one time you become free. That's when you really you can come back and really, with authority, go into other depths. See, because you're aware. I don't care if I've done a million pieces of work. Each one is just that different, and I did it, and I don't know, it added something. I call it walking in and out of green pastures.
This model is in scale so that a human figure is about this big, right? So this is being made in 3 sections. It goes in an interior space that's open to the sky, and so that this piece at about this level comes out of the top of the building. And so from all over San Francisco, you can see this element of the piece.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Welcome to Embarcadero Center. Now we toast you, Mrs. Nevelson. We toast life and artwork everywhere, and we celebrate Skytree.